John, 30 years ago, you made your first film together. So we could say you know each other pretty well, yes? My question is, Ron, who is John Musker? And John, who is Ron Clements?
Yeah, well, John, I have known John for quite a while. He's from
40 years.
He's a Chicagoan. He's from the
Chicago
Midwest.
Cubs, World
He's a huge Cubs fan. And he
that's all he really knows.
He went to Northwestern University and CalArts, which is a very kind of well-rounded education. I think that he is very smart. Sometimes you could say a little acerbic or even
Snotty.
sarcastic. He doesn't sleep at all.
I'm a vampire.
Yes. He, at least not at night, he doesn't sleep.
I sleep during the meetings at work. That way it works. And when I drive, that's not a good thing to do.
He's very talented. He draws very well, and he draws all the time and works on it, and he'll never stop doing that.
Well, yes, I've known Ron for a long time. He used to have flaming red hair. See, I knew him when he had flaming red hair, as bright as, it's orangey red. And he used to be very quiet. Neither of those two things are true anymore, basically. Now he's got gray hair and you can't, he's very comfortable talking. He used to be very shy, I would say. Would you even agree with that assessment?
Pathologically.
Yeah, so
shy.
he would just, but now he's more outgoing. He's very comfortable speaking publicly, and he's a very good writer. He's very good. The basic ideas for a lot of these movies, Little Mermaid, and even some of the central ideas on this one, came from his fertile brain. So he's a good writer and good at sort of analyzing what makes stories work, and he's devoted to his dogs in a kind of a sickening way.
Something I love about Disney film is research. Could you tell us about Oceanic Story Trust?
Well, that came out of our first trip to the Pacific Islands 5 years ago. We went to the islands of Fiji, Samoa, Tahiti. We met with a number of really great people on that trip. We met with archaeologists, anthropologists, and educators, experts, fishermen, and sailors, and chiefs. And many of the people that we met inspired us, and we continue to consult with them and interact with them and get their feedback, present them story ideas and visual ideas, and they've come out to California and we've gone back out to the islands. And that group is our Oceanic Story Trust.
I know there are some Easter eggs.
There are some.
Could you give us some hints?
We give you some hints. If you look very carefully in the movie, you can find Olaf from Frozen, but I can't tell you where. You have to look very, very carefully.
It's weird to find a snowman
in the South Pacific. Flounder from Little Mermaid, Little Flounder, he's in the movie in a very quick and fleeting glimpse. We're actually in the movie very briefly in two different spots.
And Aladdin's lamp is in the movie if you know where to look. It's a fun thing. It's become more of a fun thing in the last few years because actually we don't put most of them in ourselves. People working on the movie kind of stick them in, and then we're like, yeah, that's good.
Actually,
we'll go on
Wreck-It
with that.
Ralph is in the movie too, very briefly, but you'll have to find him.
But it's fun. It's fun for the people on the movie to put them in, and I think it's fun for
Even
people
years
watching
ago, we
the
did.
movie to
On
find out.
Aladdin, we had a thing with the Sultan was a little pile of toys, and there was a beast toy right on the top of the pile of toys that we knew about, but most people didn't see. But it was kind of fun.
Especially now that people have the opportunity to watch these movies over and over again.
Freeze the frame, yeah.
Maui is like Thor?
Yes, he's like Thor. They're both demigods. And yeah, Maui's fishhook, we've compared that to Thor's hammer.
Tell us more about his tattoos, and of course, Minnie Maui.
In the legends we read about Maui, he really is an important cultural figure in the Pacific Islands, that he was a shapeshifter and that he was covered in these tattoos. We really wanted the tattoos to be his story. A lot of tattoos we found in the Pacific Islands do tell a story. Sometimes they're more abstract, but they often involve your lineage and something that happened to you, your family or whatever. So we, right from the beginning, thought it would be cool to have him covered in tattoos.
That do tell all of his
Tell
stories.
his
and
great
adventures.
exploits. He's kind of a walking billboard, so when he can be proud and show off his stories, it's right there. But this being animation, one of our development artists, Sue Nichols, had the idea, what if the tattoos could move around in different ways? And we loved that idea. And then it developed further, what if there was one particular one, who we call Mini Maui, who's sort of his Jiminy Cricket, his conscience. He doesn't speak, but he kind of punctures Maui when he wants to help Moana when Maui doesn't want to help us. No, let's help this girl. And Maui's like, hey, get out of here. You know, get on the back, and I'm going to put you in my armpit and all that stuff. But it was really fun because Eric Goldberg, who is a great animator, who did the genie in Aladdin, he animated a lot of those scenes in Mini Maui. And then they would take his animation he did really on paper, and they would map it onto his skin so he could run around. It looked like it was moving under his skin, really literally. And it was fun to wed CG animation and hand-drawn 2D animation.
How was it to work with Dwayne and Nauli?
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah, Dwayne was really great. We thought of Dwayne very early on that he would be great to do the voice of Maui for various reasons. His heritage, he's part Samoan, and he's very close to his roots. Also, it didn't seem like a big stretch for Dwayne to play a demigod because he has this bigger-than-life, almost demigod kind of personality. And on top of that, he has tattoos that tell his stories. So it seemed like a natural. And when we presented the material to him, we brought him in and we kind of showed him what we were up to, and he was on board right away. He really wanted to be a part of the movie.
Yeah, now Lee, you know, she was a newcomer, but she was so fearless and so much fun and so smart and sang so beautifully. Even though she had no formal training, she was just sort of in a high school choir, but she had such great personality and character.
Hundreds of young girls auditioned for Moana, but it was still very hard to find just the right girl. And Ali'i really encompassed that totally.
Favorite scene?
The very first scene that was animated in the movie, and it was animated actually as a test, was a scene in the movie where little toddler Moana meets the ocean for the first time. It was a test because we were dealing with stuff that had never really been done in animation before. We had to kind of figure out how are we going to make the ocean come to life and have a personality and have thought processes. And this test, even though we thought it would be in the movie, was really separate to just sort of figure out how to do that. But it was storyboarded by Chris Williams, who was actually one of our co-directors on the movie, and it was boarded beautifully and animated beautifully and really kind of set a tone for the movie for everything else that came afterwards.
For me, the scene where Moana's at a very low ebb and her ancestors come and sort of revive her spirit, and it's done with a song that Lynn worked on, and Opataya and Mark, and it's a very powerful emotional thing and a visual thing. There's bioluminescence and just, it's a spectacle, but it's a very emotional sort of high moment in the movie, and I just love the way that turned out, the way it was storyboarded by Dave Derrick, one of our key story artists, and then the way it was realized by all the lighting people and the animators and the effects people. I just love the marriage. And now Ali'i singing her vocal performance, I think it's just fantastic. So I'd say that's one of my favorites.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Away, away.